Exodus chapter 10. The Lord said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh, for I have made him stubborn, and his officials as well, in order to show my signs among them, and that you may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Egyptians, and about the signs I worked among them, and that you may know that I am the Lord." Moses went with Aaron and said to Pharaoh, "This is the message of the Lord, the God of the Hebrews. How long will you refuse to submit to me? Let my people go and worship me. If you refuse to let my people go, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your country, and they will completely cover the surface of the land, so that the soil will not be visible. They will devour what was left after the hail, as well as every plant in the fields. They will fill your house and the houses of your officials and all the houses in Egypt, something your fathers and their fathers before them have never seen, from ancient times to this day." Having said this, Moses turned away and left Pharaoh's presence. Pharaoh's officials said to him, "For how long will this man be a snare to us? Let the men go and worship the Lord their God. Do you not realize that Egypt is ruined?" So Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said, "Go, worship the Lord your God." But exactly who are to go? Moses said, "We shall go with our young and our old, with our sons and daughters, with our sheep and our cattle, for it is the feast of the Lord that we are to celebrate." Pharaoh said, "May the Lord help you if ever I let you go with your little ones. Oh no, it is clear you are bent on evil. No, only the men who offer sacrifice to the Lord may go, if that is what you want." And they were driven away from Pharaoh's presence. The Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand and bring locusts to the land of Egypt. Let them eat every plant in the land, everything that was left after the hail." So Moses stretched out his staff over the land of Egypt. All that day and night the Lord brought an east wind over the land, and in the morning the east wind brought the locusts. They came and settled on the land of Egypt in such quantities as had never been seen before and will never be seen again. They covered the surface of the whole land, and the earth was in darkness. They devoured all the vegetation in the land and all the fruit of the trees left after the hail. Nothing green remained, neither on tree nor on plant of the field, in all the land of Egypt. Because of all this, Pharaoh hastened to summon Moses and Aaron and said to them, "I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Forgive my sin, I pray you, at least once more, and intercede with the Lord your God to rid me of this deadly plague." Moses left Pharaoh and interceded with the Lord, who brought a very strong wind from the west that carried off the locusts and swept them into the sea of reeds. Not one locust was left within the boundaries of Egypt. But the Lord made Pharaoh obstinate, and he would not let the people of Israel leave. The Lord said to Moses, "Stretch your hand toward heaven, and let darkness descend on the land of Egypt, a darkness so dense that it can be felt." Moses stretched out his hand toward heaven, and instantly dense darkness covered the land of Egypt for 3 days. They could not see each other, and they could not move about for 3 days. But where the sons of Israel lived, there was light. Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, "Go and worship the Lord, you and your children with you. Leave only your flocks and herds behind." Moses said, "You have to give us animals for our sacrifices and burnt offerings. No, our cattle to the last hoof must also go with us. for it is from our livestock that we will choose the victims we will offer to the Lord. Moreover, we shall not know which ones we must sacrifice until we arrive at that place. But the Lord made Pharaoh obstinate, so that he would not let them go. Pharaoh said to Moses, "Get out of my sight. Take care, never come before me again, for the day you do, you will die." Moses said, "You yourself have said it. I shall never come before you again."